On your phone?
Yep.
Okay.
Hey, everybody. This is Tanya Barnett. I was going to say the Real Wife Movement. Let's chat with Tanya Barnett show. I'm so super excited about my guest tonight. Hey, Monet. She's already on here. Hey, girl. Make sure you share this out if you're on Facebook Live with us right now. If you're catching it tomorrow or the day after, if you're catching it on YouTube. At Real Wife Movement, make sure you share this. I'm sure there's somebody who can learn something from Mimi tonight. I'm so super excited to have her on. I'm telling you, she is all over the place. Every time I turn around, she at St. Jude. She's somewhere. She's doing it, and she is a mompreneur, holding it down, doing it with her kids. You always see her out with her honey. They're having a good time. And so I think she would be perfect for you to learn from tonight. So thank you so much, Mimi, for joining me tonight.
Thank you for having me.
So let's tell everybody a little bit about Mimi. Those who don't know you, tell us about a little bit about Mimi and how Mimi Cute Lips got started.
Okay, so I'm Mimi and I'm a mom. I have a 5-year-old daughter and a 12-year-old son. And not too long after I had my son, I was looking for a new identity. I felt like I was a whole lot of things before I had him. And then he came into this world, and then I was only Nasir's mom. So I said, I decided to start a blog, and I was going to talk about everything but parenting.
Okay.
I still talk about parenting on the blog. But it gave me an outlet outside of being a mom. And then it kind of took off from there. I said I was going to see where it would take me. And it has taken me some places. I have met some amazing people like you.
Oh.
And it's been a nice little journey. It's been fun. And the kids, they get involved. You guys see them on social media. And so it's a good thing.
Awesome. Awesome. Hey, babe. My husband just joined in, my producer.
Hello, hubby.
Behind the scenes producer. Hey, babe. Thank you for joining. Make sure you share too, honey, on your Facebook. All right. Got to make it known.
I see Jonna. Hey,
Jonna. Hey, Jonna. Thank you for joining us. So, Mimi, how did Mimi Cute Lips? Okay, so I know it was a blog. Now it looks like it's turned to some other things. We saw some blinged out chucks. We see you do your DIY. So tell us a little bit more of what moms can find on MimiCuteLips.com.
So I am a lot of things, and I've always been a person who I don't fit in a box. Okay. And I always hated that people kind of say, oh, well, you're a mommy blogger, you're this. They want to drill you down to something. All of those different things make me who I am. And so on the blog, it allowed me to share that. So I'm a serial crafter. Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us. So I'm a serial crafter. And for me, crafting is my outlet. If I'm stressed out, the kids getting on my nerves, babe getting on my nerves, I just need to just zone out. Then I like to do arts and crafts. But not everyone is crafty. So my friends always say, I'm going to bring my kids to your house. They're going to have craft time. And then I'm going to be at home because I don't know how to do these things. So I start sharing the tutorials on a blog so you can see not everything is difficult. Not everything is complicated. You can do these DIYs at home yourself, and I'm going to show you how. So that's how I started doing that. And then because I'm a serial crafter, I made my daughter, who I affectionately call Little Cute Lips, I made her a pair of chucks. So I got a pair at my baby shower from a girlfriend, and then my daughter outgrew them. And I wanted her to have some more. And so I reached out to my girlfriend, and she was like, you're crafty. You can do it yourself. And so I did. I posted them online, girl, and people started placing orders. And I was like, whoa. I was just proud, that I was just sharing my craft. And so I allowed it to turn into a business. And I said I would see where it would take me. And then I quit it when I no longer enjoyed it. So they ended up on Fox 5 twice, the sneakers. They were printed in an online magazine. And I attended Blog Her a couple years ago. I want to say it was like 2015. And Kerry Washington was the guest speaker. And I had met one of the founders of Blog Her at a Blog and Wild Brown conference like a month before. And I had on a pair of chucks. And, I told her, I let her see them. And I said, I know Kerry Washington is coming. I know she's very private and secretive, but she just had a baby girl. do you mind if I make a pair and gift them to her? And so I did, and they did. But since Kerry Washington is so private, you'll never, ever know that her baby girl has a pair of Chucks that I did.
Oh, wow. That is amazing. That is amazing. Well, I mean, I know that one pair of Chucks that you just did recently. It was, you got them, you painted them black, you put some black fur on them. Those were tight.
Girl, inspiration comes from everywhere.
Right. And then some of the other things that you've done, you did the camouflage jacket that you got from Salvation Army, and you put different patches. So you actually do things that are easy for us to do. And that's what I like about it. It's not complicated. They're very simple. Some of the things are things you have around your house. You just repurpose them. So I think that's really awesome.
Thank you. It's so easy to give new life to old things. Sometimes you hold on things, you're like, oh, I'm going to wear it next season. Next season never comes, you never wear it. But if you kind of repurpose it, then you really, oh yes, Jonna has a pair of Chucks.
Okay, Jonna making sure everybody knows she got some Chucks.
Jonna has a pair of custom Chucks. We did an event. It was like a sneaker ball. And she was like, I have to have a pair. And she was fabulous, honey. She was fly.
Wow. So like a player's ball, but just with sneakers.
Yes, that's exactly what it looked like.
I love it. Wow. That is so fun. But you just said something that was very key, Mimi, that I think all moms need to get. You said when it wasn't fun anymore, you stopped. Why was that important to you?
So because I'm a creative and a crafter, it's my outlet. When it starts to feel like work, then it's no longer the outlet that I need. It's no longer the relief that it kind of used to be. And so last year I wrote a blog post about knowing when to quit and let it go. And it's funny because Tanya, right before I had hit publish on that blog post, girl, I had like 5 emails from people asking me to make sneakers. I had an old customer because I had shut everything down. She said, girl, I Googled you and I found Mimi Cute Lips. And she said, and I was hoping you still made sneakers. And I was like, look, Lord, I'm tired of this. I don't want to be stuck back into it. And so I found a couple of other people online who did them. And I just sent them a link and say, hey, I don't know this person. I just Googled them. Perhaps you can reach out to them. But Mimi Cute Lips is done with this part. And so I just closed the chapter.
Wow. Now, was that difficult for you to do, being as though you had people that were reaching out to you?
It was a little bit, just because it made me question if I was doing the right thing, even though I knew towards the end, like it would take me longer to do them because I didn't have the passion for it anymore. And so I just was like, okay, I'm just going to make a clean break of it, because if you let one in, then you're going to let 2 in, and then I'm going to be back to feeling the same way I was feeling. I was burnt out and I no longer enjoyed it. So I just had to make a clean break. I sent them a nice little thank you for reaching out to me. I'm glad you love them. However, I've shut the business down.
Wow. Mimi, let me tell you something. That is very powerful that you were able to say no. You sent them correspondence, so you didn't leave them hanging. Right. But you also just let them know, hey, here's somebody else that could possibly do it for you. That is freeing. So ladies, excuse me, if you're watching this right now, get free tonight. It is okay to say no. A lot of times we hold on to stuff when it's time to let stuff go. I know that you and I were taking a class with Christine St. Ville, Killer Goals for Moms. And during the middle of one of our classes, I let go of several committees that I was sitting on. And, I kind of felt bad doing it, but I knew I had to do that to go to the next level.
It's hard sometimes. So I can't even take the credit, because I was kind of a bit of a people pleaser, right? So someone asked, I'm a helper at heart. That's just the way God made me. And so I would always help people. And my boyfriend, who is unapologetic about anything he says and does, he says no. And for a while I was envious. I was like, babe, you just said no and that was it. And I always felt like if I said no, then I owed you an explanation. And he was like, no, you say no. And it took me some time. I made steps, at first. And I had to learn that no is a complete sentence, and that saying no to you is saying yes to me. And that was when I was kind of like, okay, you should have put it to me that way a long time ago, and maybe I'd have done it sooner.
Right.
But it's, girls, one of the best things you could ever do. Going to events, I go to a lot of events, but I had to pick and choose. I can't go to everyone's event. I can't be everywhere and everything to everyone, because then I'm shortchanging my household. I'm burning myself out. I'm complaining to him, so he tired of hearing it. Why didn't you just say no? And I'm like, oh, because, this is so-and-so. And he's like, great. So why didn't you say no? So it took some work. It wasn't as easy. But girl, once you get there, it's a whole new world.
Right. He sound like my husband. My husband's like, okay, don't complain because you said yes. He's like, had you said no, then you wouldn't be feeling this way. So it's gotten a little easier for me also. I get a lot of requests to do events. And now I'm like, okay, well, can I do a Facebook Live? Can I interview the organizer? Or can I do a write-up on them?
Our men, they tell us what we need to hear, girl. It's not what you want to hear. I got my girlfriend to tell me what I want to hear.
Right.
So babe is going to be like, no. And I'm going to be in my feelings. Sometimes I am in my feelings about it. But at the end of the day, I'm like, he was right. I don't want to tell him he was right. And my lip might be poked out, but I'm glad that I did listen.
Right. And I mean, you brought up a good point about gauging where we are, because a lot of times we do too much. And and for real, they know us. They know what's going to set us off. They know what's going to cause us to have that anxiety, the complaining, be tired. And so they are a good gauge to, he too much.
Donna, you right. We know it. We just don't want to admit it all the time.
But it's true though. There's sometimes he's like, babe, you just got to tell him no. And not for a selfish reason, not because he doesn't want me to do something. Because he's always supporting everything I do. But his thing is, babe, you're doing too much.
Yeah.
And so, I have to really pick and choose, like you said, what you do now, because we do as bloggers and PR people reaching out to us to do events. I mean, at one time I was doing events almost every night. And then it got to the point where I would send an email, you know what, I can't make it tonight. And my husband's like, you cannot do that.
Girl, listen, so my son is in 7th grade and 12-year-old, it's not a cakewalk. Pray for me, okay? It is not a cakewalk. So I would do events. So my son was playing sports. So sometime after his games were over, I would leave. I'd be dressed to cover an event, or my daughter had gymnastics, or I'd cover this event. Girl, then I got to come home and check homework.
Right.
So dad would do math and science, but I had to do history and English. And sometimes he shared with me on a Google Doc. I might be sitting in the parking lot, girl, reading over this Google Doc of his work, checking it, but it was a lot. And so I tried to consider the kids, checking their work, being engaged at home. They're always going to come first, no matter what. But I still have a 9 to 5. Somebody's got to pay for these dreams until I can sustain them on my own. So on top of doing events and checking homework and going to events and being at my kids' activities, I had to cook dinner. Somebody's got to make something, for them to eat. And so I had to learn to better prioritize. And that means saying no sometimes.
Right. Wow. So ladies, no is a complete sentence. Write that in your notes. Just write N-O.
Put an exclamation point behind it, okay?
Right. So tell us about one obstacle that you had to personally overcome, or that you may still be, every now and again it comes up to make you the woman that you are today.
Daddy issues.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So generally, I share things on the blog, and I'll share personal things. There's a way to share personal things without airing out your dirty laundry. So, so I grew up with a single parent household. My mom. But my dad, it's nothing wrong with him. He's able-bodied. He just decided to sit out on raising me. And so it was an issue that I kind of... Obviously, I've dealt with it all of my life, but I realized that things manifest a little differently once I had my own children. And then some of those issues sometimes carry over into your relationships. You hear stories about women looking for love in all the wrong places, and things like that. And so last year, I decided that I was just going to have this come to Jesus moment, and it's going to be what it's going to be. And I wrote about it on the blog. I think I wrote about it around Father's Day. And I had to realize that it wasn't my fault. It wasn't anything I did, but I couldn't continue to harbor the ill feelings that I had and expect me to flourish in the way that I wanted to, even though the things that I were pursuing had nothing to do with my dad.
Right.
And then my kids would ask, where is your dad? Do you have a dad? You know, so I decided that I was just going to tackle this. I was just going to set myself free. But what I didn't know is that once I did, it was a huge weight lifted off my shoulders. So I hadn't seen my dad in about 15 years. I know where he lives. He's always known where I live. And my kids, like I said, kept asking about him. So I decided to take a road trip. And the mister and I and the kids and my mom, we went down to visit. And I kind of just laid it all out on the table. And I was done with it. And so I wrote about it because obviously I'm not the only one. There are tons of us out there. But I had to realize that hurt people. And he didn't have the most amazing childhood. So he's got some childhood issues. Plus, girl, I watched Iyanla Fix Your Life. Real talk. Some of the things that she would say to those people, I was like, dang, that might be me. And so even though I was watching it and it's interesting, I was taking in some of the things she was saying. And so she's always telling people, you still that hurt little 7-year-old girl in an adult body. And I was like, uh-oh.
Right.
Pulling my card. And so I just dealt with it. And it was one of the best things that I could do for myself. And even though he was not a good father to me, he has been thrilled to meet his grandkids, and he calls them for their birthday. My father has never called me in my life for my birthday.
Wow.
And after last summer when we went to visit, he called both of my kids for their birthday. And so even though for the most part my time has passed, it gave my children an opportunity while my father's still alive to have a relationship with their grandfather. And I believe that it opened up doors for me. It was something I was dragging around, and I let it go. And it was tough. I'm not gonna lie, it's not easy. Right. But it was one of the best decisions I ever made. And then to share it, because I would read comments about other people who were wrestling with the same issues, maybe with themselves or with their children's father. So, girl, I had to set myself all the way free. I can't be as amazing as I want to be and claim to be, dragging around all that other stuff.
Wow, that is so powerful. You said once you got freed of that, then you were able to be your amazing self. And how many of us are holding on to stuff? Like you said, it wasn't your fault, but you're still holding on to that, and that is just so crippling for us. I know for me.
Hold on to it, Tanya. And that other person, my father was going on about his life. Girl, he wasn't struggling. He wasn't tripping. So here I am all in my feelings all the time, and he's unbothered.
Right.
Now we can put together.
That is so crazy. And for me, it was, growing up in a household where my dad traveled all the time. So he wasn't there because he was providing. But then my mother was, her thing was, I'm just a mom. It wasn't no fun. She was like, I'm just a mom. If you want something fun to do, you wait till your father get home, and he'll be gone for, 2 or 3 months at a time. So, I struggled with that for a long time. And it wasn't until my husband had said to me, babe, yo, you need to get help with that, because your mom, she sets you off some type of way every time she comes to town or whatever. And it wasn't until I actually got some counseling for that I was able to lay that down. And so now I think I posted a couple of months ago that my mother had called and was like, hey, I'll see you guys tonight. In my house, I ain't had no groceries. Clothes was on the bed, on the guest bed. House wasn't clean, And I was just like, for like 2 seconds, I had those old feelings like, oh my God, she's going to come here. My house is a mess, and she's going to get here before I get home from work, because my mother has a key. But I was like, okay, Mom, I said, but I'm just letting you know now, my house is not clean. I don't have no food.
But my house is lived in, honey. When you come in my house, you might see shoes all over the place, and the kids left their book bag by this. My house is lived in, honey. I like to call it love because it makes me justify it, but whatever.
Right. And see, for a long time, my house did not look like it. Looked like the museum, and it would drive my husband and my children crazy. And my husband be like, yo, we got kids. Yes. You up here cleaning at 5 a.m. on a Saturday, mugging me, kicking the bed because I'm asleep, and you running around here trying to clean the house, grocery shopping, all this other stuff. And now it's like, I don't even trip off of that. He does all the grocery shopping now. and the kids do the chores. So, yeah, but it's just really important, like you said, to be free of those things because we're not those kids anymore. And, for you, it was going to see your father and taking your children to go see him. For other people, if you're listening, this May is mental health month. Mental health month or mental wellness month. So if you're struggling with some things, I would suggest getting some counseling, ladies. Your life will be better. Your children will be better. And like she said, hurt people hurt people. So there may be some things that you're saying or doing in your household that may be affecting your relationship with your children or your husband or your significant other. So, and EAP is 6 to 10 free.
It is. And there is nothing wrong with seeking out assistance. If your car's broke down, girl, and you don't know how to fix it, you go right to the mechanic. A therapist is your mental mechanic. So go tune up if you need it and get right.
Right. And it's free for the first 6 to 10 months. The 6 to 10 visits. And for us, me and Don, we be like, okay, I'm going to go get my checkup, get my 8 free session.
Look, and let me get mine, and then tell your mate, go call in and get theirs too, so we can get that worked out before we have to pay for it.
Right, absolutely. I'm serious. We could laugh about it now, but just think about 10 years ago, there was such a stigmatism on counseling, especially in the Black community. And so I like the fact that you're being transparent with the ladies who are watching, because it's just so important to talk about these things in today's world, because we hear of so many tragedies in families where someone they lose it, and then their children and their husbands or wives suffer from that.
And you could have avoided it.
Right. Absolutely. So what do you see next for Mimi Cute Lips and the next, I would say 1 to 2 years? Where do you see yourself?
I would love to do more TV.
Okay.
I don't know like in what capacity. I do a lot of, segments on the news. I'm a quite animated person. I don't always let my hair all the way down. But I think I would be amazing on TV. I'm personally entertained and amused by my own shenanigans, so I feel like other people would too. So that I have considered podcasts. I have commitment issues. This is the thing. So when you have such a creative mind, like I have 1,000,001 ideas, and it is impossible to explore them all. So sometimes I kind of have to pick and choose, but sometimes some of the best opportunities have fallen in my lap, and there are things that I didn't even think of. I didn't know that I wanted until someone presented it to me. So awesome. I'm going to go wherever the wind blows me, so long as it works for me.
Awesome. I love that. What was my next question? I'm just excited by your energy and everything.
Thank you.
So who is a woman, dead or alive, that you admire?
Oh, Lord, there's so many. Well, okay. So Michelle Obama is definitely one of those. She has the style and grace I can only hope to have someday. But to be a woman who's unapologetic about what she believes in, what she stands for, an amazing wife, and mother. So her level of list of things to do is definitely different than mine, but she does it with such grace, and she'll let you know quick. My life isn't perfect. And, and she said, her and Barack have issues like everyone else.
Right.
But she was just a down to earth person. She was a humble person. And I covered one of her events at the White House before they left. Mm-hmm. And it was an awards program for youth. And they were young inventors that had created ways to be movers and shakers in their community. And so I had already admired her from just listening to her speeches and just seeing her. But being in the room with her, Tanya, she took the time out to every single student who came on that stage. She hugged them. She had private conversations with them that you couldn't even hear in the mic. And it was just like, this woman is the first lady of the world. And she doesn't have to do these things, but this is who she is. And no matter what position she's put in, she's able to remain who she is and who God intended her to be. And then she keeps it moving. And I was like, dang, like, First of all, her arms are flawless. I need to work on that too, okay?
I know. I'm looking at mine in the video. I'm like, Lord have mercy. I should have put a jacket on.
You are fine. But to see a Black woman with such poise and despite all she's got going on, her babies come first. You're not going to come for her husband. You're not going to come for her kids. And I absolutely love that. She didn't forget about her dreams and what was important to her, even though her husband was running the country.
That is so, I mean, she when baby girl wasn't there, and because she was taking a test, yeah. I was like, oh, you're taking that test, boo.
Yes, because you have a Black mother. And what you're not going to do is miss out on studying for this exam because the rest of the country feels like you should be front and center right here. We got more important things at hand.
Right. Because this is temporary, boo. This is over.
Yeah, right. So I feel her on that 100%. So she is definitely one of my favorites.
Awesome. Thank you, Jonay, for joining us, sis. Thank you so much.
Hey, girl. So she and I go way back thanks to the interwebs.
Oh.
Doing a natural hair form back in the day, girl. So before I had Mimi Cute Lips, the blog, I had a natural hair album it was Mimi Cute Lips, and I was documenting my journey going natural. I started going natural when my son was 6 months. And hey, boo. And so he and I were friends, and we kind of followed each other's natural hair journey. So it's so crazy that all these years later, we would end up as bloggaboos at the same time.
And she is amazing. I love her spirit. I really do. I gotta get all y'all. We all gotta just come together, planes, trains, automobiles, and do a MOMpreneur get together. Like for real.
So dope. Tanya, we wouldn't get no sleep. We would be up chit-chatting all night long.
We get put out the hotel. Like for real.
Right, but that would be really, really cool. We could nominate her. She's in Atlanta. It's warm and the food is amazing in Atlanta.
Yeah. So, Jonay, you need to go ahead and look for some venues. Okay. Yeah.
Because we coming to town, but we coming to town. We gotta eat. I need my fast snacks. We gotta eat well while we there.
Right. So you gonna be on that, Mimi, because you find the fat snacks. So you on the food reconnaissance crew. Okay.
All right. I got that. Handle that.
So let me ask you something. How do you find time to be mommy with everything, working a 9 to 5, being a blogger, doing all these fly events? How do you find time to be a mommy?
You make time for what's important for you. So just like in getting ready for this. So Babe is getting ready for Bike Week because he's a biker. And so I don't know, he may be home now. He wasn't when I started. And so I told the kids, this is what mom is about to do. I made sure the little one, I had put her in the shower ahead of time. We had a chit chat because she was upset with me about something. I made sure Big Brother made her dinner. I gave them the rules, no fighting, no everything. So they come first no matter what. So if it means that I let her come lay in the bed with me for maybe a couple of minutes, or if I'm going out of town and I'm traveling, I make sure I go in their room and I give them a kiss and I tell them I'll see them later, even though they're not awake. So that they know. And sometimes they'll say, Mom, I saw you leave out of my room this morning. So sometimes it's us putting our favorite song on and turning it up real loud in the car, or just a lazy day around the house, running around Target. So Target is what unites my household. So we might just go and spend hours in the Target. So I try to make sure that they know that they come first no matter what. They take advantage of my craftiness, so I'm always doing something for their school. I am that mom. So for Christmas, for Halloween, for Easter, I'm making personalized treats for the kids to take to class.
We saw that. Showing off, making all the other moms look bad because they stopped off at Costco to get cupcakes. Yeah.
So I do those things, and my daughter's 5, and since she's been living, all she knows is that mom makes her Halloween costume. So now that she's bigger, that's something she and I do together. Hey, Sharonda. So so just today she was planning her birthday party. Okay, I want you to know my daughter's birthday is in January. Okay. But this evening she was telling me where she wants to have it, and sometimes I humor her until it's too much. DIY everything. Yes. So the kids take advantage. So even when I had the sneaker business, I would be out and people would be talking about the sneakers I had on or the kids had on, and I would be oblivious to it. Girl, my kids were over there. My mommy made it. Who are you talking to? Get in on the businesses when it's a Mimi Cute Lips event that I'm covering and it's kid friendly. I pay the kids. I only pay them $5, girl.
Okay.
I pay the kids so that they know we're working. That means you're going to do these photos for mommy. You're going to smile. You're going to have fun. It's always fun stuff anyway. They're getting over, really. Mm-hmm. But I let them know, I need you to work for me today. I need you to maybe snap a picture of me, or I'm going to take pictures of you. And so they get involved and they get excited. And girls, sometimes they're telling people about stuff like my son. Apparently all the girls in his private Christian school class read the blog. I said, well, I'm glad it's clean. Well, he'll say, Mom, the girls read the blog and this is what they said about the blog post and stuff like that. So I make sure we have our own time when we kind of disconnect, but they also get involved in the business and they enjoy it. So it's like the best of both worlds. But sometimes they beg me to put my phone down, to stop falling asleep at my computer. And so I do it, even though I'm like, Mom, look, I need 5 more minutes or I got to get this done by this time. No. Right. So I have to just close it up and watch, I don't know, Princess and the Frog for the 100th time or something like that. But at least I'm there and I'm doing whatever it is they want me to do. And sometimes it's just chatting. And my son is 12. And so he don't want to chat all the time. So if he wants to chat, then I just need to stop whatever I'm doing and go ahead and have that conversation. So it works out.
I love it. I love it. Dr. Avis said last night that she'll just go in her son's room and lay on the bed while he's playing video games. She said, girl, I don't know what he's doing, but I just make it work. It's, it's an experiment. I mean, it's a way for her to bond with him. And so I thought that was really cool, that she does that. So I thought I'm going to have to try to.
It is little things like that. I might go in Nori's room and she wants to have a tea party, or we're watching, I don't know, Doc McStuffins or something like that. So sometimes it's not even that they want all of your time, because their attention span goes by quick. So they just want a little bit of your time. So I have to be mindful when I'm like, well, can you just give me a minute? And then I feel bad and I'm like, okay, no, let me stop what I'm doing. Let me this, and then maybe after they go to bed or I've done whatever they wanted me to do. Yes, the smallest things matter, Sharonda. I try and be mindful of that. I don't want to get in the habit of always telling them, okay, in a minute or in 5 minutes or 10 minutes, because then time never comes.
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely. And that's how I'm going to actually do this weekend with my daughter, because with the whole MOMpreneur series, every night by the time I get off of here, my kid, well, not my son, because he is like a newborn. He's 14 and eats every 2 hours. But she's usually asleep, by the time I get done. And so she has a hair appointment at 7:30 in the morning. So I'm going to surprise her after that. We're going to go to brunch and then go get our nails done. Something that she's not expecting. This is really important to me to make sure I connect with my kids that way as well.
Look, I did that with my daughter and my mom the Saturday before Mother's Day. We just hit the streets. We were out and about doing nothing. We had lunch at Red Robin, but it was just good girl time. And so you got to get that in there.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So talking about that, how do you find time for the honey?
So I was listening to y'all the other night. I said I need to take those tips. So Babe and I, we're a little bit terrible at that. So we don't have regular date nights, although we should. So we used to, when the now 5-year-old was a baby, we would take a day off like once a month, and we would do a day activity. So we went to the trapeze school one day. We go hiking. Girl, we have rode bicycles to the movies, all kind of stuff. So we would do different activities, and then we kind of have fallen off. So we don't do regular dates often, but we do an annual couples trip with a bunch of our friends. Okay. A bunch of other couples. So we generally rent a big house and we go skiing and tubing, and we stay up all night and talk and play games and stuff like that. And then he and I do couples trips. So we'll go. So obviously I covered Fashion Week last year. So he and I went. And the kids were with their grandparents, and we had a good old time for about 3 days. Mad faces at no date night. I know I need date nights. I'm going to do better. Our date nights.
Get on her, y'all. Get on her. This accountability.
I'm on our sofa, clearing off the DVR, watching something foolish on TV. So that we do on a regular basis, but actually getting out, we are terrible about that. I'm going to blame him, even though I have to take fault.
But you know, it's some of that too you can do at home, you know, whether it's the kids are in bed and y'all say, okay, we're going to pop some popcorn, we're going to, you know, empty a bottle of wine together, and then we're going to take it upstairs, you know, however it works out. So
we haven't been out this week, but he's getting ready to go out of town. So we have been intentional about making sure at the end of every evening, we're spending some time together. Mm-hmm. So we need to get out. You know what our problem is? Our parents have lives. We need old retired parents who just sit around the house.
Hey, look, my daughter's a Red Cross certified babysitter, so.
Shoot, now you ain't said nothing but a word. Waldorf is not.
She'll be 17 next month. Red Cross certified babysitter. Look, you're not too far. We can get a meeting point.
I was about to say, I will come and get her. She can stay at the house, girl. She got free reign of the cable. And we gonna work that. Okay. All right, you listening, Mrs. King? I'm getting a plan together. I know her and Bay just came from a vacation and all.
I know.
I'm trying to get on her level.
1,000 days. 1,000 days. That was beautiful to me.
Yeah. So tell her, look, I done came here and I done got the word. Now I got me a sitter. I'm a hire.
But you know what? That's what the MOMpreneur series is all about. Us having that accountability, uplifting each other, helping make our lives, our mommyhood, you know, our bayhood, you know, all that better. And so, I mean, I know me personally, I have taken some great tips, you know, even from Jonay and the other moms that have been on here. It has just been fantastic. Y'all are just like, the DIY, I need help. I need help.
You know what? So I told you I have 1,000,001 ideas. Hey, Io. So I said one of the things I was going to do was to do a DIY event, and I haven't done it. I keep putting it off, but I need to, because sometimes it looks way harder than it is. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to make that a priority. I'm going to step outside my comfort zone. And I'm going to put on an event. Maybe by the fall, I'll have it together and we'll have some wine. And it'll just be a fun kind of DIY project.
Awesome. Yay. So if y'all here in the Maryland, D.C. area, she has put it out there. She's going to have a DIY event. We're all going to be there.
And y'all got to hold me accountable.
So she put it out there. So sorry, you know, her blog is Mimi Cute Lips. You cannot, there's no other Mimi Cute Lips out there. So you're not going to find the wrong blog.
No, you're not. And the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office say I own it. So if you find someone else,
that's right.
You know, okay?
I know that's right. Yes. Patent that, boo.
Yes, that was my accomplishment for this year.
Yeah,
I started last year, but I got the official word probably about a month ago. I got my certificate in the mail.
Yay!
So yes, you're gonna be in my box. Okay, girl, I won't ignore your promise.
She need to come up here to DC and hang out with us.
She owes us. So before we come to the ATL, you got to come here, boo.
Well, I'm gonna be in ATL the next 2 weekends. So yeah. Oh, look, yes, she put you out there.
Thanks, I am at on all social media. You can find me.
Awesome. So can you leave us with a quote, a song, something, anything, a book that just keeps you motivated?
So the quote that I always kind of go by is, what's for me is for me. So I have, so last year my son was graduating from 6th grade, and they were having an award ceremony, and the CHU had reached out to me to do a segment on that day. And I was so torn. So I asked my son how he would feel if I wasn't there. I didn't tell him why I was asking or anything. And he said that, I would be a little bit disappointed because you're always there. And so that was it for me. And I told the Chew no. And then after I told him what it was for, he was like, well, why didn't you go? And I said, because I asked you and you said you would be disappointed. And he was like, well, you didn't tell me what it was. And I said, that's okay. It wasn't meant to be. When it's my time, it'll happen. Now, oddly enough, what did happen is after his graduation, I left there and I had a ticket to go to the Women's Summit that was here at the Convention Center. I was in the room with the president. I was in the room with the first lady, with Oprah, with Shonda. And I was like, I was obedient and it worked out. And so I had to realize that what's for me is for me. And if I have to jump through a whole bunch of hoops to make it work, then it's not my time. And that doesn't mean that it's never going to be my time. Right now isn't it. And so I have to be content in that and then, drown my sorrows in some ice cream and I keep it pushing.
There you go, girl. Yes, yes.
So
chocolate chip or cookie dough.
Yes. Yeah. So in a blogger world, it's easy to compare yourself to someone else. You see someone else who has an opportunity. Well, you don't know what that person got, had to do to get that opportunity.
Right.
And you might be willing to do whatever they did to get that. And so you just know that when it's for you, it's going to be for you. And what's meant to be for them maybe isn't what's meant to be for you. That maybe that's not your lane. Maybe that's not your passion. That's not where you're supposed to go. And so just keep telling yourself enough. You'll believe it.
Absolutely. That is some good word, y'all. Yes. Look at Joe. I love her. Joe, she out here preaching. We need to do a collection play. All right. Somebody put the PayPal link up. Put the PayPal link up. So, Mimi, I am just really thankful that you decided to be with us tonight. I know your little ones are, hopefully no one's broken anything or anything.
They're not crazy now. They fine.
Because they know you gave them the black mama talk.
Okay. I was talking real close with my teeth closed. You got to lean in, girl. Wear my white gloves. But thank you for having me. This was a good time. I don't get to always watch them in real time, but I have enjoyed watching them. And like you said, you take notes. I have gotten some tips and I was like, oh, so I'm going about this all wrong. So they're making my life easier too, honey. Each one.
Right. Awesome. Well, you are my last mom interview for this week. So I thank you. I'm so super excited to have you. I mean, we've had some great women this week, ladies. So if you are just now joining, catch us on the replay. Just hit, just scrub back and start from the beginning. You'll get some great nuggets from Mimi. If you catch me on YouTube, same thing. Share it out. Make sure you share this, y'all. Mimi shared some great things with us.
Y'all gonna get this word, okay?
You just try to get that collection. We not super.
This is like good girl chat.
But it is, and we need to have these conversations because a lot of times people see the fly stuff, but they don't see the behind the scenes stuff. They don't know that we've struggled with some things or that we're working through some things. They just see the pictures and they're like, oh my gosh, she's at the White House.
Yeah, like no. And I get cute to go to these events. Y'all should have seen me today when I went to the doctor's. Girl, if you saw me on the street, you wouldn't have spoke to me. It's not always picture perfect now.
Right. Because we got the good lighting. We got our lipstick on. It's a little different.
I don't wake up like this, okay?
Right. And actually, Sharice Jones has a new coffee mug that says, I did not wake up like this. I thought that was fantastic. Thank you, Jonas, for sharing.
You out here living a lie. I need that cup.
Right. Absolutely. Oh, thank you for joining us, Tara. We really appreciate it. Tara has Mimi. You may want to connect with her. She has a company that does innovative baby products. She has a Yummy Mitt, which is a teething mitt that's like a glove. So she may.
So email me at mimicutelipс@gmail because the news station asked me to come to do a segment about baby showers and stuff like that. And so you send me a product, girl, I will put you on a tissue.
Yes, yes. I love it. See, it's about connection. It's about uplifting each other. So definitely, Tara, make sure you reach out to Mimi Cute Lips so we can get that out there. And we're here in the DC area. So I'm not certain where you are, Tara, but we are in the DC area. So Mimi, thank you again. I get to see you tomorrow. We get to spend the entire day together. I'm so excited. Now, what's your email address for her? Again, one more time.
MimiCuteLips@gmail.
Okay.
Or she can send me a direct message on any social media platform as @MimiCuteLips.
Okay, awesome. Okay, so she said,
okay, yeah, that's not bad at all.
Okay, awesome. Where's she at?
In New York.
New York. Okay, awesome. Okay. Look at Jonay. I love her. She said, look at the come up. Hey, look, we gotta help each other out here because, you know, I said on one of my scopes and here on Facebook Live that no one outside of our culture is coming to us and saying, I gotta buy her lipstick or I gotta buy her purse or I gotta get her products.
Right.
We're always going outside of our community, our culture, purchasing other people's products.
And a lot of times it's just because you don't know. So I didn't know what she did, but you told me. I'm like, oh, okay.
Right.
That's right on time, you know. So sometimes, look, a closed mouth does not get fed.
Right. Or we just don't know.
It's not a matter of asking someone for something. Sometimes it's just putting it out there. Mm-hmm. So, you know, just say, hey, just like you did. Oh, by the way, she does X, Y, and Z. Oh, okay. Well, you don't know that I had a new segment offer, you know. So sometimes you just got to put it out there and see what happens. That's how they do it, girl. That's how we got to do it too.
Honey, yes. So, guys, make sure you share this out. Make sure you connect with Mimi Cute Lips if you want to do some DIY. I'm telling you, she has some fly stuff on her website. When you see she made this pearl necklace, bib. I mean, you name it, she's made it. Okay, she's even made ugly Christmas sweaters. Okay,
on TV.
She's made those. Her crafts, her snacks that she made. Little Cute Lips takes the best little snacks and things to school, her parties. I'm telling you, Mimi sets it off. She sets it off. Oh, somebody said it. She's
entrepreneur. Oh, that's right. We're gonna work on that.
Yes.
Hey, April.
Hi, April. Thank you for joining. Thank you. So, Tara, we're gonna get you up under our wings, sis. We're gonna get you. You know, you can still be
all the time. New York is my favorite place to be.
So yes, we're gonna connect you and get you straight. We're gonna get you straight. All right, ladies. So that is it for tonight. I'm gonna jump back on in about 5 minutes to do a recap of this whole entire week. We've had some fantastic ladies. So stay tuned. I should be on in about 5 minutes. I just hear my dog barking crazy, so I don't know if he needs to get outside. So I'm gonna check on him real quick, and then I will be back to give a recap in case you missed some of the speakers. They will be up on YouTube by this weekend. I think I have about half of the ladies on YouTube. I think today is the last bit that I don't have on YouTube. So I will be back in about 5 minutes, just to let you all know who all we had this week, so that you can make sure you reach out to them and work with them. So thank you again, Mimi. I love you, girl, and I will see you tomorrow.
I will see you tomorrow. Thanks, ladies, for tuning in. We appreciate you. Oh, and the hubby. I know the hubby was holding it down too.
See you later.
All righty. Bye.